Since this is like, Griffith and I like to do this as a storytellers kind of thing, tell you about how songs happen and stuff. And I will tell you that I was working in Boston on a television series, and I had given up on playing music. I had taken the guts out of my acoustic guitar in a drunken night in New Orleans at the Carrollton station, ripped them right out, got drunk, and kicked my acoustic guitar down the street saying, I ain't never playing this thing again. Music's no good for me. And I got me a job in the movie business, and I was living up in Boston in an empty apartment, and my brother was supposed to have furniture there waiting for me, but when I moved in the first day, he said, hey man, I didn't want to tell you before you came up, but I met this girl and we fell in love and I moved in with her. I took all the stuff, but you can have the place, you know. And so Fred had sent me a demo tape of his. He had a record deal at the time, didn't we all? And he said, hey man, I want you to come back and I want you to play guitar in my band. And here's the 5 songs that I got my demo, you know, I got my deal on. And I listened to them. There was some great stuff there, y'all, there really was. There was Why You Want to Do Me, which we loved and really was the first song that Griff ever played with Fred and I, and like sort of knew that we were the three of us for the next couple of decades of our lives. But the song that made me want to play music with him again was He Don't Know You. I really love that song and I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
This is in direct response to Griff's Irish song. That movie I was working on up there, I made some friends up there and had some good times, and this here song is about an Irish buddy of mine I met up there who became a good drinking buddy and saved me from getting my ass thoroughly kicked by Boston bouncers in the television show I was working on. I went to a party that this television series was having, and I had gotten pretty thoroughly good and drunk on the way there. And when I got to the party, I thought it was in my best interest to pick a fight with the 4 large bouncers guarding the place. It wasn't really in my best interest, but they didn't understand that I was from New Orleans. And in New Orleans, you know, you can carry drinks in public, you can trip over ropes because you're too drunk, and you can tell the bouncers that, well, anyway. So this buddy of mine came out of the club, and he says, I'll handle this, Paul. I'm from Boston, and I used to be a bouncer. I speak their language. So I staggered across the street, swayed there uncertainly in the streetlight, waiting for the situation to be resolved, and I looked back and my Boston friend who spoke their language was throwing his jacket on the ground, getting into a fight, and I thought, well, hell, I speak that language. Anyway, we survived the night, and I got back to New Orleans and was riding my bike one night from the Howlin' Wolf back to my apartment in Mid-City, which is about a 6-mile stretch, but that's how I used to get around when Cowboy Mouth first got together. I'd ride my bike and I'd carry my guitar on my back, and when I got ideas, I would whip it around and ride with no hands and just play for a while. I only crashed once, y'all, and I was really drunk. And so anyway, I wrote this song on the way home, and it's called What's an Irish Boy from a Good Family Doing Here in Oak Park.
Griff, you looked at me again.
Well, sorry. Thanks, Fred, for accompanying me. But the Kearneys are like, you looked at me again, Griff. And I'm like, if you're in Chicago and you've hung out and drunk with a guy named Kearney, and there's a drinking Irish song, aren't you going to look at him?
Guilty as charged.
Well, I had a drink with a friend of mine a week ago today. We were celebrating a month and a half to make St. Patty's Day. Well, I bought him around, he bought me around in a bouncer, bought us another. What's an Irish boy from a good family doing in the gutter? Well, we looked at each other and had to laugh as we lay there in our sleep. Well, I would have cried if I would have thought that every time I thought I'd drink. If this poor old gray-haired blonde sitting there, she wouldn't shudder. What's an Irish boy from a good family doing in the gutter? Well, my Irish friend, he liked to surf, but me, I couldn't swim. And he said that he would teach me how, and I said I trusted him. He swore he'd never let me drown. He loved me like a bird. What's an Irish boy from a good family doing in the gutter? Well, sure enough, I drowned and I wound up at the pearly gates. Well, St. Peter said, you're drunk as hell, son, you should have ate. So he sent me back down to get a bite, but instead I bought another.